Hello, everyone. John Jurisic here with the Victoria Leadership Collective. I'm talking to Curtis Clark, ProPro Learning Systems. Did I say that correctly?
Preparo, but that's close enough, John.
Close
Thanks.
enough. Excellent. Um, we talk about leadership on the VLC. We talk about organizational leadership. We talk about community leadership. We talk about political leadership. Oh my God, there's a lot of that going on, or not these days. What we also talk about is workplace development leadership and how that is a sophisticated skill set. All kinds of skill sets are going on in the workplace. That's something you guys are focusing on with a really cool conference early November called Accelerate 2024, a skills development, workforce development conference at UVic. Why don't you tell us more about it, please?
Sure. Thanks. And thanks again, John, for this opportunity. And I really like your alignment to the leadership piece and the role that we as individuals, both from a corporate, government, or a community perspective, need to think about in terms of that workforce development and our role as previous leaders or immediately in that space. And so for my partner and I, Scott McDonald, we felt in many of our conversations with industry and post-secondaries and government, and having both been past deputy ministers, one in Alberta and one in British Columbia, we recognize the importance of that leadership in stimulating
Mm.
and being a part of that workforce development, and how important it is to our communities, to our national productivity, but also to the regional aspects of where we're all operating as well. And so many of our conversations have been in and around, so what are those gaps that we're facing when we look at economic development, and how do we prepare for a future economy? And the resounding sort of chorus we hear is it's a skilled workforce. It's a workforce that is ready for a future economy, an agile and nimble workforce that can move and adapt to the needs of industries, skills pipeline. So as a result of those conversations and the work that we've been doing, we felt that it was important to pull together some of the best thought leaders in this space, both from government, from post-secondaries, from industry, and those who really have been working in the field of what's the nature of work, what's the changing aspect of work. So having that conversation, we realized that, it's about time for us to actually have a workshop, a conference, or an opportunity for folks to get together and tease out these ideas and not just reflect on what's been, but what can be. Where do we take this into the future? How do we work as a collective and partnerships across industry and post-secondaries and communities? So thus it became Accelerate 2024, building a skills ecosystem for a future economy. And I have to say, it has been exciting to engage with individuals that want to be a part of this conference, seeing where the commonalities are, but also the recognition that it's about time that we started to think collectively and constructively about doing something, as opposed to, as an old deputy minister that I used to work for, Richard Discerny, used to say, we have spent enough time admiring this problem. It is now time to do something about it.
That
And
is
that's
so
that
cool.
leadership moment. It's like, let's do something and not just reflect, but actually engage in the conversation and bring partners together that can actually do things.
Absolutely. That's wow, that's so cool. I happen to be a strong proponent of lifelong learning, and I think post-COVID, in a digital world, in a hybrid learning and work environments, this workplace environment is changing so rapidly and evolving into places we don't know. We just don't know how this is all going to work. I can't think of a more appropriate time to have this conference. Can you give me some details? Where is it? What are the days? And how can somebody register?
Sure. So it's November 6th and 7th It's at the University of Victoria, and we've been very fortunate to have a partnership with UVic to help provide the space and the opportunity. And I think it's a beautiful sort of opportunity to bring these folks to a post-secondary environment. So again, a collective partner of ours. And the site where you would register is www.accelerateconference.propero.ca. If you go to the website, you'll see the schedule for the 2 days. You'll be able to register there as well, and all the information that's involved in the day schedule. There's a few events in the evening and the after networking function as well. So again, it's about not just coming and listening, it's about engaging and being part of a set of networking opportunities, because it's not about just listening, it's about engaging with each other and engaging with possible new partners as well.
So very exciting. Good luck. Maybe I could chat with you afterwards, sometime near Christmas, maybe with an eggnog in our hands, and we can talk a little bit about what happened during that conference.
Yeah, and I'd really like to be able to do that, because one of the things that Scott and I focused on is that this is just not a one and a done. It needs to be a call to action. And a call to action means we're doing something afterwards. And again, I think it goes back to your point around what leadership is. It is the constant nudging, it's the mentoring, it's the ability to help and assist in a process. And I think that that's an important piece. So, and I'd love to share that with you, John.
We will. Curtis, thank you so much.
And again, thank you for this opportunity. Take care.